coming out of where the ground was. That was really cool. You don't see that smoke coming out where you're gonna swim by. It's really reassuring. I have to say, like, the street games, I remember that from when I was a kid, and like when I saw them, like the sipa and then the thing with the sandals, like hitting the can, I was like, oh my god, I totally remember this, what's happening? You know, so I thought that was really great. So the sipa thing was cool, because I was kind of good at it. That's right, I got the most, dude. I got like 8 hits. What was it, like 8, right? It's good. It's okay. And then we had the other one, which I'd never played though, where you had the big square, you had the big 4 squares, and what you have to do is you have to get the people past, you have to run past the people without getting hit. I'd probably have to say our NIS. I thought that was really cool. The whole stick thing, I thought that was kind of cool. So now when I go back home, I'm just going to break a branch and be like, wah! Stay away! I'm crazy! So that was really fun, and the guy who taught it to me was really funny too. You know, I got to learn stuff about that, and I thought that was cool. I didn't know these things. I've never even heard of it, and so I got to learn, you know, a little bit more about our culture too, and so I thought that was really cool. And I don't see that in LA, people fighting with sticks. It should be the way to learn, because if you're on a street somewhere, you'll find a stick somewhere. So yeah, you know, I mean, the fights you learn is like in LA is like the normal thing of taekwondo, karate, or fencing. Swordplay, but you know, something like our NIS, that's so cool, like the bamboo sticks, not just any stick. My street foods. That was a crazy one. That will be one adventure. That is literally an adventure. I will never forget. The intestines and all that. At first, didn't want to try it at all. I was hoping Wako would eat everything. Oh, look at that. It's its little feathers right there. You see that? That's feathers. Really, I'm not kidding you.
I can say I've eaten balut.
Good for you. I was so scared. I was literally scared for my life. I didn't know what I was eating. I didn't know what could be in this food. Oh, God. Out of all the things I did, like for this whole show, this whole season, that was the scariest thing I did. And the most threatening one was that swirly looking thing. What was that? The intestines? But then I ate it, and then sadly to say, it's like it all doesn't matter anymore because you totally enjoyed it and you like it and you can actually eat it. And like, hey, if you're hungry, my God, it's so affordable and it's so good and they're everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry. That stuff in the middle just squished out. It's not bad tasting, but just the thought of what is squeezing around in my mouth. I'm gonna have to say I really liked it. And then next thing I know, I found myself looking for street food. It's really good. It's not just the experience of having it for the first time and just discovering it for yourself. I'll definitely like miss a lot of things, and you know, it's gonna be one thing that's gonna make me want to come back as soon as I can. You know, and probably like have more work out here. So it'll be nice. And I plan to bring my friends out here and have them experience and get to know a lot more about me. The flashback does not stop here. After the break, I introduce you to the people who made me proud to be Pinoy. Flipside will be right back. The Filipinos I've met in my Flipside experience have varying personalities that range from passionate to quirky, to traditional to unconventional. Though they have different personalities, they for me make up a complete picture of a true Filipino. Truly, they represent what it means to be Pinoy. Flip, Pinoy, Noipi, Juan de la Cruz. The Filipino has so many names and so many facets. And the encounters I've had with some of my kababayans have proven this over and over again. There's more than one shade of kayumangi, and there are many pieces that form the portrait of a true Filipino. So I've come up with a list, my all-time top 5 favorite Filipino traits. Here's a little something I call the Flip 5.
People are very friendly. It's easy to meet people here in Manila. You can go up to a person and talk to them and they'll pretty much talk back to you.
JM. Just one of the gazillion friendly faces I've met along the way. You've heard about how warm Filipinos can be to visitors and how the Filipino brand of hospitality is the best in the world. Yeah, Now there's an understatement for you.
Listen everybody, let me tell you this. There's something I know you can't resist. I came here today just to let you know that Belane's gonna steal the show.
Now those encouraging smiles certainly helped whenever I tried something that was just a bit, well, scary. Then there were the people who put creativity smack dab in the middle of the Philippine map. The stuff that they do and the passion they have for their craft have been nothing short of inspiring for me.
A lot of my friends and those who have read the book have told me that my art style is very Filipino. And sometimes I think to myself, what is it about my art that makes it really Filipino? I realized looking back through those old newsstand comics, a lot of their line work is fluid. A lot of their line work, they have amazing brushwork.
I don't want to be the type of filmmaker who only does what I want and I don't think of the audience. May mga people like, I want to change Philippine cinema, or I want to, or I want to revolutionize film here, or I want to win awards worldwide. But my goal has always been, I want to make someone's favorite movie.
And how could I forget the fabulous Rachi Kuna, who makes gifts even more gorgeous, not to mention dramatic, with his unique wrapping techniques. Oh my
Wood
gosh.
shaving rolls, yeah. We can accent it this way, dear.
It's totally made out of wood.
And then just
Oh, I like the way he did that though. That was the most awesome way to do that. Did you see the way he did that? He didn't just go like this. He goes, quick.
to emphasize. Okay.
The drama.
The drama. Very
Right.
good.
That is beautiful. Look at that. I love that. And oh man, jamming with musician Joey Ayala was a real eye-opener. Or should I say ear-opener.
Tuwing ako'y isang bata pa, ako'y nagtataka kung saan nagmumula ang ila tuwing umaga. Tinuro ni ang dilig ng araw. Ito ay aking tinignan at ako ay nasilaw.
So how have people reacted to you using indigenous instruments?
The people who were doing purely indigenous instruments said, hey, there are two reactions. Is why are you doing that? You're raping the culture. Mm-hmm. The other side would say, no, that's good. That's an evolution. That's very exciting. What's he going to do next?
The Pinoy's creativity is limitless and can even be a source of inspiration for many. Take it from our very own king of comedy, Dolphy, whose talent and passion for his craft has deservedly made him a screen icon.
Walang achievement kong pinakamasasabi kong greatest ko ay bring laughter to people na ika nga which is also ika nga kailangan natin ng lalo ngayon. Nakapagpapasaya ka ng tao in spite na naghihirap, nagugutom, nalulungkot.
From art to music to film to food, creativity is present in every aspect of Pinoy life. And moving on to us is the next item on my Flip 5 is another amazing Pinoy quality that brings out the best in us.
It started way back in 1945, around about the time that the Americans had just come in. And there was, of course, no transport whatever at that time. So, of course, a situation like this could not stay for long.
Tied up with the Filipinos' creativity is the Filipinos' resourcefulness and ingenuity. I've seen some pretty cool indigenous games that are perfect examples of that.
We hope that we could duplicate other countries wherein they were able to have a national identity worldwide through the effectiveness and popularity of their games.
The rich tradition of Philippine games has taught me that a great imagination and a can-do attitude are what lie at the heart of Pinoy ingenuity. Now, speaking of tradition, I've seen some pretty ingenious stuff going on in one of our favorite Christmas symbols. You know, the colorful star-shaped one. Still need a hint?
You know, when there was no electricity in the provinces and people rose very early to attend the Christmas dawn masses, which usually was earlier than 5 o'clock in the morning, a very innovative Filipino named Francisco Estanislao fashioned the first parol made of papel de hapon and bamboo. He made a very simple 5-pointed star lighted by carbide or candle. And these first paroles lit the streets leading to the churches.
Cool. That's Filipino ingenuity for you. But nothing embodies Philippine resourcefulness and ingenuity quite like the Philippine jeepney. Hanging out with Eduardo Sarao, whose family name is synonymous with this natural icon, made me understand that resourcefulness is one thing that keeps the Filipinos' motor running. And that motor's got a powerful drive to win. Take the Philippine ice skating team, for example. Okay, I know what you're thinking. How could there be an ice skating team when it doesn't even snow in the Philippines? Hello! As if we'd let that minor detail stop us.
I believe that Filipinos are born skaters. Everybody can jump, everybody can spin, but Filipinos make things look good.
Because we're hardworking and they are hardworking too. And we don't give up easily.
And of course, I met a number of people who totally packed a punch with their Pinoy pride.
As you know, you're a Filipino. You should know your heritage, no? Your background. You know, Arnis is a Filipino martial arts.
I personally, I'm proud of my color and I enjoy my skin color that I'm a morena.
Yeah, I came out too white, but I'm proud of my Filipino-ness. How can you describe Filipino flavor? And you would know best.
So how do we describe Filipino flavor? Just like the Filipino spirit, spunky, a tad bit salty sometimes, a tad bit sweet, but in general spunky. Wonderful.
Being a Filipino, I am proud of what we have here in our country.
Yeah, baby. Being Kayumangi rules. Ask any Pinoy you see if they're proud to be one, and you'll get a resounding talaga. So that's my Flip 5. Different parts that make up one whole. Flip, Pinoy, Noipi, Juan de la Cruz. Filipino. The Flipside experience does not end here. More of the flashback after the break. Don't touch that remote. This Pinoy trip is one to definitely forever remember. Gorgeous, breathtaking, and totally unique are just a few ways to describe some of the places I've visited in the Philippines. The awesome sights I've seen and the truly wonderful places I've visited on my trip are proof of the natural beauty of our remarkable country. And I'll always remember them no matter where I go. Learning about Philippine customs and practices were just one side of it. Throwing myself into the Pinoy scene meant that sometimes I had to get my hands dirty and take on some intimidating tasks. But no matter how anxious I was to try it first, the Pinoy in me totally took over and had a great time doing them. And of course, the real Philippine treasures are the Pinoys that I met along the way. Each unique personality that I encountered was like having a piece of the puzzle that helped me form a clearer picture of what it means to be Filipino. Though my Pinoy trip ends, the memories will forever live on in my heart. From the Coconut Palace, Manila, Philippines, I'm Lelaine, and thanks for joining me on my trip to the Flipside. Paalam.